Hamzah Sheeraz versus Austin Ammo Williams, 12 rounds in the 175-pound division. This is going to be an action-packed fight and a fight that I think could get fight of the night. Let's get into it. Let's start with Sheeraz. 19 wins, no losses, 15 wins by way of knockout. Sheeraz is someone I've been hearing a lot about in the past 2 years. A lot of people have been telling me, Akeem, you got to check this cat out, man. He's nice. Like you gotta watch the tape. He's good. And so that's exactly what I did. And you can see he's a talent, right? The one time we've seen him kind of really tested was when he fought Bradley Skeet. And though he did get the win in that fight, there was some controversy attached to that fight, to the point where many people felt like Sheeraz should have got disqualified. Skeet should have got the win, or at least a rematch at that. Now, I don't know if the rematch was on the table. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But for those that didn't see that fight, it was in the 8th round, if I remember correctly. But to be fair, it did look like Skeet was hurt, because it looked like he got stuck in a corner and he was in a very compromised position. And Sheeraz caught him with 2 shots as Skeet's knees were on the canvas, and obviously, you can't do that, right? You can understand why a lot of people felt like it should have been disqualified. It was warranted. After that, Skeet would eventually get back up and try to finish the fight. But man, he never fully recovered from that. And Sheeraz was able to get him out of there in the 9th round. But before that happened, man, Sheeraz, he was having a little bit of problem trying to figure out Skeet, trying to cut off the ring. Skeet was boxing pretty well for the most part. But that was then, this is now. And since that fight, man, Sheeraz has been, dang near unstoppable. Right? He hasn't even went past the 5th round in his last 5 fights. Recently, he fought Liam Williams, who's had a solid career. He's a solid fighter, right? Williams has fought tough opposition, and a guy who kind of came up short against the top level guy, but he always gave an honest effort. He always gave his best and made those guys fight. So this was supposed to be that first kind of, well, I guess second kind of test if you count Bradley Skeet, but that second test to see where he was in the development in Sheeraz's career. Now, Williams' punch resistance in that fight, man, was non-existent. That fight was not close. It was not a test for Sheeraz. Sheeraz has power, and we know that the man can punch. I mean, he dropped Williams with a jab, but Chris Eubank Jr. also dropped Williams with the jab as well, too. So Williams just didn't give too much threat on the night, man. It didn't seem like he had any type of punch resistance, and he's usually a physical guy, but he just was a shell of himself on the night. Nonetheless, Sheeraz did what he was supposed to do and came in there, got the win, and made a statement in the 1st round, and he picked him apart in the 1st round. If you let Hamzah Sheeraz get comfortable and you let him keep the distance, he'll pick you apart, man, because he's tall, 6'3", rangy, good reach. It's tough to get to him if you can't make him uncomfortable and control the distance. If you let him control the distance, man, it's going to be tough, because he's going to snipe you all night, every single round, and eventually find a way to close out the show by breaking you down. So Williams has to come in and make this an uncomfortable fight. We have not fully seen Hamzah Sheeraz have to dig deep and have to be tested. Ammo Williams, man, I think he is going to bring him that test. Let's talk about his opponent. Austin Ammo Williams, 16 wins, no losses, 11 wins by way of knockout. Williams is a southpaw, and I think that will work in his favor on the night. I'm not sure how many southpaws Sheeraz has fought in his professional career, if any, and in his amateur career, if any. So it'll be interesting to see how he handles that stance. The fight that made me pay attention to Ammo Williams, man, was when he fought Cordell Booker. At the time, Booker was undefeated fighter. He was a skilled fighter, a good boxer, a guy that could move. And from the moment that the fight started, man, Ammo didn't let him get comfortable at all. He kept pressuring him and letting his hands go anytime that he wasn't close and was in range. Ammo took away the movement of Cordell Booker, right? And the space that Booker needed to get his jab off, to set up his combinations, Ammo took it away, and Ammo closed out the show in the first round. It was an impressive performance, right? Ammo pretty much overwhelmed Booker by smothering him, and that's the good thing about Ammo Williams, is he can work in close without smothering his work. I felt like he did a similar thing against Kieran Conway. Conway is a solid boxer, good size, strong fighter. And he had a bunch of success against Ammo Williams, man. Ammo doesn't always use his jab consistently in his fights. He just chooses to be physical and let his pressure be the thing that makes his opponents hesitant, because they got to be wary of his power, his shots, and his combinations. Ammo has the power to hurt you, right? Ammo has the power to hurt you. Conway felt that. He got popped a few times, that rocked his head back. Especially in the last 3 rounds of that fight, he definitely felt it, because that's when Ammo was having more and more success, especially with that left hand. Ammo caught him with a shot in the 9th round that dropped Conway and busted up his nose and had him bleeding. I would have liked to see him use his jab a little bit more, just to set things up a little bit more, because sometimes Ammo can become predictable, but Ammo did what he needed to do when he got the job done, and he got the win. Steve Rolls was also another opponent that Ammo Williams has fought that I think gave him a good test and a good learning experience from. Rolls, who's fought Edgar Berlanga, and he's fought Triple G. Was a solid opponent at that time. And I felt like Ammo did a good job of countering well in the fight. I thought he showed, different parts of his skill in that fight. Rolls is an accurate fighter, right? He's an accurate veteran puncher, a good counter puncher, and he had success against Ammo Williams. Every time Ammo missed, Rolls had something to fire back. He always had a response. Even if it didn't always connect, it was a responsive action to keep Ammo Williams honest, right? He had to dial in and had to be sharp, because Rolls got decent pop in his shots. Every time Ammo missed, Rolls had something in return. But, when Ammo had him in range from in close, man, he would land great shots to the body. It was a step-up fight for Ammo Williams, and he did get the win and the experience that he needed. But he did make some mistakes in that fight defensively that made him tighten up his defense a little bit more, especially in his most recent fight. In his most recent fight, he fought Armel Mboumba, and we saw a much more patient version of Ammo, right? A guy who was picking his spots and looked to be incorporating what he was working on in training and putting it into the ring in real time. I thought he fought a very calculated fight. He had Mboumba hurt in the 5th round with a nice combination against the ropes. Ammo dropped him in the 6th before closing the show out in the 7th. It was a really tactical, calculated, accurate fight from Ammo Williams. It was just a different version of Ammo Williams that showed us a little bit more of his skill set on the night, and I thought it was a very good performance. And yeah, he got the stoppage win. That's always great. But how he was able to set his shots up, and how he didn't need to use his brute strength and brute physical force as he's done before. He showed that, man, like, I can box as well too. I can fight on the outside. I can move laterally. I can use my feet to my advantage. I'm more than just a guy who can punch and be physical. And that's good to see. You want to see guys evolve and incorporate different things in their style as they're developing inside of the ring, man. So this is going to be a great fight, man. I think it's an even matchup, 50-50 fight. And it makes things even more interesting. And again, as I said at the beginning of the video, this could be a fight that steals fight of the night on this great card. So who wins? I think you can make a case for how both men can win this fight and why either guy can win this fight. I'm assuming Hamzah Sheeraz is probably coming into this one with the favorite. But personally, man, I like Ammo Williams in this fight. I think he's slightly fought the better opposition. I think he's been battle tested a little bit more. And I think he's going to try to come in and pull Sheeraz into a much more physical, grueling type of fight. I think we're going to see a different version of Sheeraz as well, too, because I think there's a lot of room and development in his skill, in his game plan, right? I think we're going to see him fight off the back foot a little bit more in this fight. And I think he can have success fighting off of the back foot. But how well will he fight off the back foot? right? Obviously, we'll see on the night. Can he handle the physicality of Ammo Williams if Ammo brings the fight in that manner? How will Ammo handle the power of Sheeraz? Can Sheeraz create enough space and separation where he can load up on his shots and really impose that power and strength that he has? Can he create separation to find his rhythm? Can he get comfortable and find a way how to dominate and find a way how to be consistent and outwork Ammo Williams? Who will be cleaner? Who will be sharper? These are all questions that we will find out on the night, of course. But I like Ammo Williams to win this fight by a close decision victory, man. I think Ammo is going to make it very tough for Sheeraz to be able to create the separation that he needs. And I think Ammo is the better inside fighter. And I think on the night, it'll work in his favor. I think it's a close fight, split decision victory type of close fight, but I think it's going to be a great fight. And again, you can make a case for either guy winning and the better man will win on the night, but I like Ammo Williams by decision. So those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? I would love to hear from you. Let me know how you think this one goes. Let me know in the comment section below. Shout out to all the members holding down the membership section, man. I appreciate each of you. I don't always get to do all of the suggested videos you guys suggest in the comment section below. But if you become a member, those suggested videos rise to the top, and I will do my best to get those done for you that week. Or if you'd like to become a member just to show love and to support the channel, man, that would be greatly, greatly appreciated. So with all that being said, if you've been watching the video, this time do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, and we'll definitely see you next time.